The cloned son of Sonic was more powerful than his father, and Metal Sonic stole his power in Sonic 4, the movie. Tails had adjusted the entire project, and the only thing left was to feed this new creation with the power of one of the Chaos Emeralds. After 2 months of incubation, the Sonic clone who would be his son came to life, created from the DNA of one of Sonic's quills. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails were gathered around the laboratory table, and in the center, inside a cylindrical incubator capsule, lay Sonic's baby son. Tails wondered if he had been born with abilities like his father. To test this, Knuckles moved rapidly from one place to another to check the baby's reflexes. Immediately, they saw how baby Sonic followed Knuckles with his eyes and his whole body, wherever he moved. Tails confirmed it. The Sonic Sun Project had been born with the abilities of a speedster hedgehog. Sonic said, "It's wonderful, but something isn't right. I feel a strange power emanating from within him." And indeed, baby Sonic suddenly became violent, striking and clawing at the containment capsule. Team Sonic watched seriously, analyzing his movements, while Tails covered his mouth with his hands, lamenting that his project had failed. Tails said, "Maybe his brain cannot withstand all the power we gave him from the Emerald. The cloning project has failed." To reinforce Tails' words, the small Sonic clone began babbling and making a foolish face. Knuckles remarked, "You're right. Look at him, he's even more stupid than his own father." But Sonic shouted, "No. Look closely and you'll see he's more than that." At that moment, the capsule began to crack. Baby Sonic started to reveal what he was truly capable of. He concentrated his chaos control in his brain, raising his temperature to the boiling point. Cracks spread across his body, giving him the appearance of molten lava. In that instant, he demonstrated his new ability, the power to produce and control fire. Team Sonic was astonished, but Baby Sonic had not yet finished his demonstration. Instead of surrounding himself with flames, he lowered his body temperature in specific parts down to 130 degrees, causing half of his body to manifest ice powers. Switching from fire to ice again and again, he managed to combine both abilities, reaching a midpoint with a power unknown to everyone. Tails, excited, began analyzing the reason behind these new abilities, since Sonic had used the Chaos Emeralds before, but had never shown powers like these. Sonic said, "Hey Tails, I think he's doing something strange." And indeed, Baby Sonic, concentrating all his power, revealed a new ability, shape-shifting. He transformed into a small pink hedgehog, who began to flirt with Sonic, trying to persuade him to release her. After Tails analyzed, he told everyone that the Emerald's power had fused with Baby Sonic's DNA from the very beginning. This hedgehog was born as a supreme being, completely different from any hedgehog ever known. With him, we could fulfill the purpose of his creation to defend Earth as we dreamed. We would no longer need to worry about any enemy. But Sonic said he didn't believe it. Something felt wrong. In a careless moment, Baby Sonic broke the capsule and began laughing maniacally, as if he were pure evil. His face suddenly turned serious, and he dashed away from the place like a soul chased by the devil.
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
But now the worst was beginning. When Baby Sonic shattered the capsule that contained his power, at that very instant, the immense energy was sensed by a being from another universe who had just arrived in the main reality. Metal Sonic, the most powerful creation of Eggman, forged 200 years in the future, had come to the present era to steal Sonic's power and achieve his final transformation. Sensing Baby Sonic's energy, which matched the same chaos power his master Eggman had shown him, Metal Sonic declared, "Here I come, Sonic." Sonic immediately shouted to Knuckles and Tails, "We must catch him now!" He knew the enemy's arrival was inevitable, for 3 months earlier, 30 Metal Sonic prototypes had already come to Earth to confront him and analyze his power. It was Amy Rose who, like the Metal Sonics, came from the future who had saved Sonic from their grasp. Amy Rose came to warn them about Eggman's plan and the Metal Sonics, telling the team that these machines had only come to analyze Sonic's power so that the original Metal Sonic could return 3 months later with enough strength to steal all of Sonic's energy. And that moment had just arrived. Sonic and Tails walked along the sidewalks of the neighborhood, searching for Baby Sonic with Tails' Chaos Energy radar. But Baby Sonic had hidden his Chaos Energy to avoid detection. Instead, he was roaming the streets on his skateboard, crashing into everything in his way, leaving toilet paper strips everywhere and causing destruction as mischief. Then, looking ahead, he saw something that caught his attention even more than his skateboard: a motorcycle. His eyes filled with greed, and everyone knew exactly what he was about to do. But now the worst had arrived. There we see Shadow looking up, sensing the immense power of the Metal Sonics descending to Earth through portals. After the explosion of the Ark colony, Shadow had fallen onto the surface of the moon, enduring the blast because he was the ultimate life form. Rising from the dust, he put on his inhibitor rings and returned to Earth, determined to defend it as a way to redeem his past actions. Night had already fallen, and Sonic and Tails still hadn't found Sonic's son. They were sitting in the park, analyzing Tails' radar in hopes of detecting a signal. That signal was about to appear. Baby Sonic was racing through the city on his motorcycle like a demon unleashed. The police prepared to stop him, but Baby Sonic used his shape-shifting ability to take on Shadow's appearance. Since Shadow was recognized as the state's defender, the police let him pass. Baby Sonic smiled mischievously. He had gotten away with it. But now the worst had arrived. Shadow looked up, sensing the immense power of the Metal Sonics descending to Earth through portals. After the Ark colony explosion, he had fallen onto the moon, surviving only because he was the ultimate life form. Dusting himself off, he put on his inhibitor rings and returned to Earth, determined to defend it and redeem his past. Night had fallen. Sonic and Tails still hadn't found Sonic's son. Sitting in the park, they studied Tails' radar, hoping for a signal. That signal was about to appear. Baby Sonic was tearing through the city on his motorcycle like a demon unleashed. The police prepared to stop him, but he used his shape-shifting ability to take Shadow's form. Recognized as the state's defender, Shadow, the police let him pass. Baby Sonic grinned mischievously. He had gotten away with it. Baby Sonic era el que iba más feliz, pues él no era un villano ni tenía maldad en su interior. Aquello extraño que percibía Sonic en él no era maldad sino la incontenible cantidad de energía caos, y al ser este pequeño un inmaduro, y el hecho de que heredó de Sonic esa chispa que le intrigaba a querer luchar y explotar toda su energía, hizo que Sonic confundiera sus intenciones. Pero al contrario, vemos a Baby Sonic yendo directo a los Metal Sonic para luchar y disfrutarlo como Sonic. Disfruta los perros calientes, pero llegando Amy Rose y el Baby Sonic, el Metal Sonic original los detuvo y le metió un bazucazo a Baby Sonic que le dejó tieso y le despojó de su transformación, cambia formas, y enseguida le robó su poder. Sonic arrived just in time, snatching his son from the claws of Metal Sonic. Immediately, the original Metal Sonic began to levitate and transformed into Neo Metal Sonic, declaring, "This is not yet my final form, but it will do." He then launched himself against Sonic, beginning a brutal battle. Meanwhile, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy Rose fought against the secondary Metal Sonic copies. Sonic's son, now frightened and powerless, grabbed Tails' radar and fled. Tails pleaded with Knuckles to chase after him and protect him. Knuckles followed, but realized that even though the boy's power had been stolen, he was still faster than him and couldn't catch up. Analyzing his trajectory, Knuckles discovered that the boy was heading toward Lord Dona's house. Using a golden ring, Knuckles arrived there first, waiting at the door. When the boy arrived, Knuckles asked, "What are you planning?" Sonic's son replied, "I just want to help my father." Knuckles' eyes lit up, he sighed, and said, "Come, show me what you plan." Returning to the clash with Neo Metal Sonic, we see Team Sonic losing the battle against the Metal Sonics. Then the true Shadow the Hedgehog arrived on the battlefield, holding the Master Emerald in his hands. Raising it high, he made it shine, blinding all the Metal Sonics momentarily. Taking advantage of this moment of immobility, he rushed to Sonic to share his power. Together, they transformed into Super Sonic and Super Shadow, continuing the fight in a far more brutal way. But their brutality only lasted for a few seconds. Neo Metal Sonic, aided by his hundreds of copies, overwhelmed them with attacks from behind. Seizing the Master Emerald, he transformed into Super Neo Metal Sonic. And not only that, by stealing the powers of Sonic Sun, he ascended further, gaining the combined abilities of Fire Metal Sonic and Ice Metal Sonic, all fused with the supreme power of the Master Emerald. Now we see Sonic lying on the ground, struggling to rise, whispering, "Please hurry, son, I trust you, and truly, subscribe, because things just got intense." His son, with Knuckles' help, re-entered the capsule where he had been created. Receiving a massive surge of energy, he regained his powers. With Knuckles and the rings aiding him, he returned to the battlefield, but not to fight. Instead, he went straight to his father Sonic and Shadow, sharing his power with them and saying, "The rest is yours. I'm too young for this." At that moment, Sonic and Shadow transformed into their super states. Their powers alternated, shifting between fire, ice, and combined elemental forms. The battle raged for hours, a brutal clash against Super Neo Metal Sonic and his countless copies. Finally, Team Sonic triumphed, defeating the enemy and saving planet Earth. Remember that this video is nothing more than a theory created by me, with much love and with the sole purpose of entertaining you. If you want more videos like these, please ask me in the comments, and I will soon bring them to you.